After my fox shifter scratched me again, I went to the hospital alone. The nurse frowned. This cut is deep. It's going to scar. Has your shifter ever been through a registration for behavioral assessment? I gave a bitter smile. He has. He was top of his class. My phone buzzed. Caelion rarely sent this many messages.
It's just a scratch. Did you really need to go to the hospital? I'm hungry. Come home and make dinner. I can't even eat properly because of you. You really are a terrible contract holder.
So that was how he saw it. I turned around and walked straight to the shifter registry. I want to file a transfer. The registry staff was polite. She asked the standard question. You and your shifter have been registered for a year now. The contract bonding window is coming up soon. Why are you choosing to transfer now? A bitter taste filled my mouth. A year already. I used to be so excited about bonding. I had cheerfully shown Caelion ring designs. Caelion would sneer.
Do you really think you deserve me? Crying won't help. I will never bond with you. Let me tell you, Omegas look truly disgusting when they cry.
I really was the lowest tier of werewolf. All I could do was basic registry work. No matter how hard I tried, I could never afford the lifestyle Caelion wanted. The truth was, getting my hands on a purebred nine-tailed fox like Caelion had only been an accident. I swallowed the lump in my throat. He doesn't like me. You could even say he hated me. The staff's face showed surprise. Trained shifters are registered to care for their contract holders. This kind of situation should never happen. Right. The situation that should never happen still finds me. I tried to laugh it off. Maybe I just have bad luck. The staff looked apologetic. Our training must have failed somewhere. Please don't blame yourself. Come with me. Back then, Caelion had cost me 500,000. I could swap within the same price range. My eyes moved across the profiles. Less striking than Caelion, but still good-looking. The listings read, fox, leopard. I hesitated. Is there anything else? I wanted a canine shifter, a hound type. Ideally, I had heard that kind bonded fiercely to their contract holders, so even an Omega like me would be properly loved, right? The staff kept her polite smile. Not at the moment, but our rotation moves quickly. A new batch will be available in 2 months. To make up for the trouble, you'll have first pick when they arrive. I nodded. As she walked me out, a loose photo slipped from her folder and fell face up between us. The man in the photo had cold gray eyes, a high nose bridge, broad shoulders, narrow waist, a scar cutting through one eyebrow and down across the temple. The severe kind of handsome. Wolf shifter. The staff sighed. Honestly, he's the most stable shifter we have. Management wanted to test a new companion class market segment. Another sigh. But everyone's afraid of wolf shifters going feral. The director's worried about losses. He's being transferred to the underground fighting ring today. He's been here since he was young. The ring is a death sentence. Nobody wants him. It's really a shame. Nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted me either. But the staff sighed louder. I heard in the ring they get torn apart piece by piece. Nothing left to gather up. That would hurt a great deal. A wolf still counted as canine, right? I stopped walking. Is he really stable? The staff's eyes lit up. Yes. Genuinely. Then I'll take him. The staff told me the wolf would be delivered in 3 days. I tucked the transfer agreement carefully into my bag. On the way home, I spotted Caelion and Vivian from a distance. The white-haired fox stood in the last of the evening light. Deep-set eyes, refined features. The kind of face that looked carved rather than grown. Vivian was a high-ranking alpha from the neighboring pack district, sharp, composed. Her alpha bloodline came through in the way she stood, without any effort at all. Nothing like me. Since meeting Caelion, she had always come around bringing premium serums and things I couldn't afford. The two of them were unusually close. I slowed my pace. Vivienne saw me first. Her alpha scent reached me before her voice did. The skin at the back of my neck pulled tight. I pressed the reaction down. Lyra, off work already? She smiled faintly. Lyra, not to be rude, but if your important appointment is coming soon, you might want to put more effort into how you present yourself. Look at what you're wearing. What is that? Walking down the street together, who could even tell you two are registered? I glanced at my plain shirt and jeans, then at her sundress. I think this is fine. Caelion didn't look at me. His voice was flat.
She doesn't look good even when she tries. Better she pretends she doesn't know how to dress. Saves people from saying she's actually ugly.
Vivian slapped his arm lightly. Caelion, how can you say that to a girl? Caelion's lips curved, a perfect smile, full of mockery.
She thinks you're meddling either way. Omegas can't understand how alphas think. Getting registered to her was the worst luck of my life.
The truth was, Caelion wasn't always like this. Even when I couldn't afford the premium serum a nine-tail needed, even when the fabric I bought was too rough for his sensitive skin, Caelion had always insisted he was lucky to have met me. The turning point came when we ran into a red fox on the street, his old rival from the same registration batch. My bag had fallen. Caelion crouched down to help me pick things up. The red fox stepped out of his car right onto Caelion's hand. He let out a soft.
Oh, if it isn't Caelion, the nine-tail everyone was watching, how did you end up registered to an Omega like this? Then again, a defect paired with a low-tier werewolf, that does suit you.
Caelion locked himself in his room all night. I sat outside his door all night. I told him registry assessments didn't define him. Even if they had marked him defective, it didn't matter. We were living fine. Caelion opened the door. His eyes were red and swollen.
You've never stood at the top of anything. Of course you think landing at the bottom is fine.
That was when he met Vivienne. Vivienne came from a distinguished alpha lineage. She could give Caelion things I never could. They grew closer. Sometimes mid-conversation she would lean into him. I brought it up once, gently. You're my registered shifter. Could you keep some distance from Vivienne? Caelion looked down at me, cool, resentful. He said,
Lyra Vale. If I weren't defective, would you have ever been able to afford me? You took advantage of my situation. What gives you the right to act like my keeper?
but back then, Caelion had been the one begging me to save him. Nine-tail purebloods were the most prized shifter asset a werewolf family could register. Their bloodlines carried certified fertility enhancement. A verified nine-tail at auction could reach a price no ordinary Omega could dream of touching. A nine-tail who had failed his fertility assessment. Market value collapsed overnight. No serious buyer wanted a nine-tail without that value. Even at 500,000, Caelion was useless to anyone who needed what he was supposed to provide. Registry management had been preparing to send him to the service circuit to recoup their losses. That day, I had only been going to the registry to register a shifter of my own. Caelion broke free from the handling staff and dropped to his knees in front of me.
Please, save me.
He looked up crying. Tears fell from his beautiful eyes.
I'll be so good to you. I'll be your family. I don't want to go there. Please.
I spent every penny I had, then took out a loan to cover the rest, afraid of bruising his pride. I never brought it up again. I never imagined I would hear it from his own mouth, that I had taken advantage of him. I tried to argue. In the argument, I accidentally brushed his hand. He shoved me without thinking a moment, then still didn't move.
If you hadn't put your hands on me, you wouldn't have gotten hurt. You brought this on yourself.
He wouldn't come to the hospital with me.
I'm going out with Vivian today, and even if I came, I couldn't reduce your pain. You have hands and feet. Stop pushing everything onto me.
The nurse who treated me sighed.
A cut this deep is going to scar. It'll ache when it rains for the rest of your life. You and your shifter are so wrong for each other. Why not just walk away?
It hit me like cold water. Right, I could walk away. There was no rule that said I had to stay tied to Caelion forever. Something in me went still. I called out before Caelion could slam his door.
Caelion, do you really feel tortured being with me?
Caelion paused. He turned, the mocking expression still in place.
Yes, but an Omega like you finally lucked into someone like me. Are you really willing to let go? I'm a patch you can't peel off for life.
I exhaled good. My decision was the right one. When I didn't answer, Sleon's tail slapped the floor impatiently.
What are you trying to say?
I looked at my fingertips.
I have a gift for you. You'll see it in a few days.
Something flickered across Caelion's face. It looked like anticipation. Then it was gone.
Don't tell me it's another batch of those low-grade serums that strays wouldn't watch.
Waste of money pouring it down the drain.
I answered very seriously.
No, it's what you want most.
Freedom. Caelion tossed out a good luck with that
Good luck with that.
and slammed the door.